Hello. Thanks for joining me for a hangout that may not exist in a few hours. It's one of them, isn't it? Like every hangout, really. You just don't know. You don't know how they're going to pan out. Um, just done a couple of reviews. And I thought I'd come live. Maybe get one or two people on for a little while at least. I don't want to be on no longer than like over an hour and a half or something like that. But we'll see if there's anyone about in a minute. First of all, I'm going to show you what I've just reviewed. The reviews will be coming out early part of next week, probably, as a safe bet. So I'll upload them tomorrow and then probably from Monday onwards. So, as you may have seen, my unboxing haul, or 3 boxes of beers that I done yesterday on the old channel. Got loads of German beers, as we're into that kind of time of year, fest beers and all that kind of carry on. I thought I'd go ahead and do a couple of reviews from them. So the first beer I just reviewed, so it's Paulaner, their Oktoberfest beer. I've done the bottle version. I've still got a can, but I'm going to be saving that for possibly an upcoming stream. I've got an itchy leg at the moment. I don't know what's going on there. Excuse me. Oh. So yeah, 6% ABV, this one. So probably my first Oktoberfest beer. I'm sure I've had an Oktoberfest beer in the past, but certainly not for a long time. Certainly the first one I've reviewed, which is something I've been wanting to do for the last sort of two or 3 years. So yeah. So that's Paulaner's Oktoberfest beer. Very nice, easy drinking beverage. Very clean, very crisp, very smooth, all that kind of thing. So I'll be releasing the review probably Monday. But yeah, so that's the first beer I reviewed. The next one, if I remember how to pronounce the brewery, which I can't, so I'm just going to use the short name. There's nobody, well, I'm pretty good at it. But ABK Fest Beer were established in 1308, which is pretty crazy. 712 years old brewery. They're out of just outside of Munich. Let me just have a go at this. Try and pronounce this. Acti Brauerei. I went on the old pronunciation kind of website, and I thought, so I got it in my head. Done the reviews. Come to say it at the end, forgot it. So one of them deals really. So, but yeah, more of a maltier looking beer, as you can see. But yeah, pretty interesting kind of contrast really with them two. So that's my first 2 fest beers that I've reviewed. So yeah, as you can see, there was 1 or 2 people watching, and they've seemed to have disappeared. Don't blame you. So yeah, I'm just gonna see if there's anyone around. That's a bit late for a few folk now, but this is the only day I can really kind of go live at the moment. So I hope you could hear me before that. We'll see. I had my audio off. I don't know. Whatever. Right, so I've got the link. I'll put it to a few people, see if they want to join. If not, I'm just going to enjoy these beers, which is cool. So let's copy. No. I want to copy it. Not. No. Copy. That's what I want to do. Don't know I'm watching, so that's fine. We shall see who is about right now. shall we? One person watching. Hello. Thanks for joining. I'll just put it in there as well then. And if anyone joins, they're welcome to. It's simple. But no. Anyway, rerun. So 2 Oktoberfest beers, Paulaner. And they've gone now, so you just said it about 5 times if you're watching the rerun, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, very enjoyable this. Can we get the numbers up to 1 person watching and 1 like? I think there's not many people around. Wow. Some of the news at the moment is interesting. I don't want to get into all that. So I don't know if anyone's going to be joining. At the moment, we've got no one joining, no one watching. Yay! Popularity breeds contempt. Who's some of that? Oh boy. Tell you I can sing, could I? No, you're right. You can't. So, no one's seen it in the group. Let's put it out there. Anyone joins, good. If not, I'll shut it down in about 1/4 of an hour. He says, I've said that before though, and then slowly got more drunk and then just waffled on for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Very nice. There's a nice spicy element to that beer. The Paulaner Oktoberfest. Very nice. It's got a nice. There's like a crackery white pepper. A little bit of spice, maybe from the rye. Very clean. A little bit of caramel notes. All very subtle, but very kind of well made. Lovely water quality. Lovely stuff. Really good. But yeah, you see the difference here. Kind of difference in colour. Let me just get it to a white wall so you can appreciate the bit of gassy though, as you'd expect. But I have been drinking it quick. It's so tasty. While we're here, I might as well show you. Steady on now. Let me just so this don't fall off. Right, got a few other beers my mate kindly brought round to me. That'll be on the channel, mixed in with German beers. So I've never actually reviewed a beer from these guys in Estonia, I believe. Estonia? I can never bloody remember. Yeah, Tallinn, Estonia. So Bajala, not pajamas, Bajala. This is their Orange Goes. I mean, they're not renowned for. They're more renowned for their kind of impy stouts and big old bold Cellar Series beers. But I think this one was at London Craft Beer Festival on tap last August. I never got round to trying it like about a zillion other beers, but yeah. So that's going to be an interesting beer. Obviously, this is one of the the Morrison's bandwagon kind of thing. I mean, I didn't even go out and get them. One of my friends like, "Oh, do you want some of these new beers?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all right then. If you're gonna, you went and brought them round, so it's cool." So, but picked up a few other bits that not part of this new kind of beer release can. I've got some cans, so but I was more intrigued by some of these other things So Harbour's Cornish Helles Lager, out of Cornwall, funny enough, North Cornwall. But yeah, a nice 660ml bottle. I think that was about £2, something like that. It's like that's really cool. Yeah, brewed in North Cornwall. Water, malted barley, hops and yeast. HarbourBrewing.com. So yeah, reviewed a few of their beers, but not for a fair while, and I've never had a large bottle like this, so that's going to be really cool. So another German Pilsner, Krombacher Pils, another 660ml bottle. I think he threw this in just for a. God, I've never actually had it as well, which is weird. But so yeah, that's another one. I think he got all of these from Morrison's, but I'm not sure. So I've still got them 3, and I've got another 6 cans here. I put 2 in the fridge already that I've already had. Well, I've had before. I've actually got 2 cans of Clairvoyance from Magic Rock, and another one from Siren that I've already reviewed. So they're down in the fridge just to drink at my leisure, kind of thing. Where is this other bloody box? I've got so many boxes here at the moment. So there's a few of the more kind of what some of the other beer tubers have been kind of forcing upon the world lately. So I've done it at more of a leisurely pace, so I can't be, I'm more into my kind of German sort of beer kind of head at the moment. So I've got 6 cans here. There's been a few reviews. Rather have faith, It's all the usual kind of beers that are just spamming people's notification boxes at the moment. But yeah, I'll get round to them at some point. I'm in no hurry. But looks a nice looking can. I think they were on offer at my local Morrison's. As I said, a mate got these for me and he brought them all round this evening. I think they were 4 cans for £10. These were on the old promo end, not on the actual beer section. So that one. This one's been around a bit longer. It's not one of the newer ones, but Juiced Forsyth from Brew York. So that's going to be pretty. Here we go. Get it straight. So 5% fruited IPA. For some reason, I thought it was a sour. But, this one, I don't know if this is part of the new range or not. I don't think it is. From Kirstal Brewery. I'm probably butchering the name up. But yeah, that. I've actually got 2 glasses from them, but I've never had one of their beers, which is quite amusing. So now I can. What else did he get me? Oh, the collaboration with Firestone Walker, the West Coast IPA Dobby. That one. It'll be interesting to see will this shape up to be how I remember a West Coast IPA or another one of these kind of, you know what I mean, lacking on the bitterness, kind of modern day interpretation of West Coast IPAs, if you like. 1 through 3. So this is North Salt and Siren, and I've heard bits and bats about this one. People saying, "Oh, it's not all that. It's not all this." I don't know, whatever. Give them a try. So when they're packaged, just gives a best before. 14th of August 2020. I assume it was canned on, so it should be fresh, shouldn't they? Really, I've only not long been out, a few weeks. This one I'm actually really quite looking forward to is the Vocation Brew York Sweet Temptation. So that's probably the one I'm actually looking forward to the most. These beers have been out a few weeks now, and there's various reviews floating around. Some by good friends and some not. So, but yeah, it's got a lovely, smooth kind of label on that. I like that. Yeah, really clean. Wow. But yeah, a nice selection of 6 beers there, and then 3 that, you know, the Pujala Orange Goes, as I said, not renowned for their Goza styles. Really looking forward to trying that from Arbor Cornish Hells Lager. So a 660ml bottle, £2. And another one I've never had before that's been around for a long time, of course, Kronbacher Pils. So I don't know why. I've had the dark. I've never had the Pils, which is bizarre. I've actually had the dark on draft last year. So yeah, and that's that. That's that little haul. I completely forgot about them. I wasn't even going to mention it. And I thought, oh, something to talk about. I've still got beers from No Heroes there as well. So a shed load of beers at the moment. Let me just put that over there. Or a fridge load of beers, whatever you want. So we've got a few comments I did see there. Let's throw it over there. Get a bit closer. We've got 4 people watching, doing well. Daffel saying, yay, finally some live streams. There's no one around, mate. That's the trouble. There's no one. Hope you're doing well, incidentally. But yeah, there's no one around. I know Harry's a lot busier than he has been the sort of last 4-6 weeks or whatever it is. We might get Peter on later. Maybe he said he might join, and I think he should be a bit late for some of the other guys, and possibly Adam. But he's I think where he is, it's a little bit tricky. But we'll see. We'll keep this going. Incidentally, Davor, I'm on. We'll just say hi to Thomas as well. How you doing? Well, Thomas. Thanks for joining again on this. Whatever you want to call it, really live stream or whatever. It's definitely not a show, apart from showing myself up. Turn that off. So yeah, so I've got 2 beers on the go. I've just reviewed them. So Paulina's Oktoberfest beer. So if you watched I don't know if you watched the unboxing yesterday, Dabble. There's quite a few there. I'm hoping to make another purchase next week. That'll see me through, the best part till mid-October at least, I would imagine. But some of these German beers here in the UK, it's kind of like if certain ones at least, if you see them, you just got to get them, or they'll just sell out, and that'll be it for a while. That's the only kind of downside to it all. But yeah, no, it's but yeah, so here's the beer, the first one. I'm really drunk. It's so easy drinking. It's crazy. 6%. Just so good. Second one, a fest beer, not an Oktoberfest, fest beer, which loads of breweries use that kind of term. Effectively, it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. Although it's a lot darker. Actin Brauerei, Kurfenbraun. I'm butchering it up. So yeah, this is their fest beer. Reviewed that as well. I have a 6% beer. But yeah, look at the contrast in colour. It's a lot more kind of darker amber, light mahogany, whatever you want to call it. But still very nice. But yeah, it's got a bit more body to it. A bit like me. It's got a fat body to it. It's got a lot more. It's got a slight kind of. I didn't pick it up so much on the review. it's warmed up a little bit, and there's a couple of other things that have come out. There's a bit more of a kind of a nutty edge to it. I'm trying to remember what it is. I think it might be it's horse chestnut. I don't know. It's very clean though. It's still got that clean water. That water quality, I think, is key. It's still got that in abundance. It's very clean. It's very crisp. It's very smooth. Very, they're all on that kind of level. This has got a little bit more of a grass cutting type oily edge to it. But it just that just kind of cuts through the palate. A great kind of palate cleanser if you're between styles. What a great beer this would be to have there. Absolutely. So we got Jules in the house. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. There's a few streams over the couple of days. Last night and Thursday, I can't remember. They're quite long streams. I never got around to watching. I did see that. I just went and had a quick look to see who was on them. Never got around to actually watching them. Saw he was on a couple of them. So hope you had a good time on the older streams there. I just thrown this stream up just to see. I'm probably not going to be on very long. This hat. Again, some of the beers I got, they kind of gave me one of these Oktoberfest hats. So I think it was supposed to have started today in the normal life, if that makes sense. The normal world. It seems a hell of a long time ago, but yeah. They kindly gave me one of these. I didn't want to use it for the review because it's got all this kind of. It's a nice glass, but when you're trying to look at beer, you've got all this sort of stuff etched on it. It's I thought, keep to a pint glass, see the beer. But yeah, that's what you want. Like a little tankard. Anyway, so I hope you're all right, Jules. Got Davor chiming in again. I'm enjoying the last sips of Black Square from Flying. Is that? Is that? It can't be the same. Is that a brewery out of? God, they are Florida. I can't remember. Flying Couch with Amiga, 11.5% double mashed imperial stout, bonkers beer. Sounds pretty bonkers to me. Smashing, but bonkers. But yeah, 11.5. Is that a? Oh, that's awesome, man. I bet that is hams. You don't drink rubbish, do you? I've noticed that. You drink. You like your impy stouts. I've started to notice that. It's pretty cool. So Jules is liking the hat, so that's cool. Thanks very much. So yeah, that's it really. Apart from that, that's just there's not much else to. I hope everyone's safe and well. It's going a bit crazy over here at the moment. I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a bit weird again. By the look of it, so I don't know what the hell is going on. So I've got quite a few beers to keep me going. I'm kind of slightly anticipating it. That's why I've got a load of beers in. I think from Monday, things are going to be changing again, going back to pre 3rd or 4th of July in the UK, not in America. Well, we know that day that is, but yeah, it's not looking too great. Denmark, okay. What flying? I know Amiga is, isn't it? It's looking like potentially it's going that way. We're at about 4,500 new cases per day for the second day in a row. Probably about 40,000 new cases in the last 2.5, 3 weeks. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Well, it's not from my area as such. There is one or two cases locally to where I'm at, but it seems to be slowly kind of spreading and stuff. It ain't looking good. But I don't know. I don't think they can afford another lockdown. That's another thing. It's the whole thing is just it's like a bad dream, isn't it? And then you wake up and it's just there. That's what it feels like to me. It's craziness. So no, it's not good. It ain't good, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? It's just as long as if they can get some kind of thing to a cure, that'd be awesome. Are they going to get one? We don't know. We don't know, do we? So yeah, let me just take the rest of this. It's starting to get to room temperature, is it? That's so nice. I'm glad I've got more of it. Very nice. Right, what was that? Something flashed up then. Someone's on the hard stuff. Well, have a good night, Harry. So I got a private message, so he's on the old hard stuff. So cool beans there. You're having a nice day, and he's on it tomorrow. So he says it's like, well, good luck. I think a lot of people are doing that. They're out tonight this weekend because they're just all. I mean, even just before the first lockdown, I was like, I ain't going out. Everyone kind of had an idea it was going to happen, and it was. I think it was a Friday, Saturday night, and then I think the Sunday there was the big announcement, and everyone's just on it for like 2 days straight. There's a bit of that going on now by the look of it, which is fair enough. People know what it's all about now, and they know what to expect, rather than just doing it for the sake of doing it. I think we're a bit more clued up now. I don't know what's going to happen to some of these pubs and stuff. It's like, God knows. Because I think they're going to keep them open, but I think it's going to be more of a curfew. They're going to shut. They have to shut at 10 and all this sort of thing. So I think they're just going to start opening early to make up for the hours that they've lost at the end of the day. I think that could be one of the things. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I don't think they know. They just make it up as they go along, if you ask me. But yeah, that's here in the UK at least. I know countries are, you know, we're far removed from the Swedish model of it all. It'll be quite interesting to get James's thoughts on it as he's in the southern part of Sweden. But yeah. Evening, delay. How you doing? Hope you're having a nice weekend thus far. I saw your thing now. You're hitting the hard stuff. It's like, man, good luck with that. Yeah, just reviewed that. It took me about 10 minutes to work out how to pronounce it, and then I pronounced it at the beginning of the review. I couldn't remember at the end, so it's like, yeah, that was good. But yeah, Festbier. Now we've got people coming Back in a minute. Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So yeah, that was the second beer I reviewed. Not, I've heard of them, but I've got a couple of their Helles beers as well. So one to review and one just to drink at leisure kind of thing. But I love their crown. It's pretty cool. I do like that. It's quite flashy, isn't it, for a beer cap? So throw out the rest. Hey, didn't miss this time, but yeah, a bit more malty, but yeah, really enjoyable. So yeah, Jules, absolutely, people are on it again. A bunch of different theories are popping up, but I didn't. Haven't done any research. Yeah, no. You got to be careful with these kind of things. Do your own research is always what I do. Find out the facts, and then you can debunk them straight away. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, Thomas. Soft lockdown. I mean, soft lockdown. You know what's that? Um, I know that there's a few countries now. I know France had like 17, was it? No, 14,000 cases today or something stupid like that. Like, that was the most they've ever had in one day. Eat like from the whole thing. It was like, great. Yeah. A few people chiming in here. Ah, Rod. Hope you're keeping well, mate. It's probably pretty much the only day of the week where I can actually go late into the early hours and stuff these days. Friday night, I have to get up early Saturday morning. Because I'm taking my daughter to dance and all that kind of thing. And then during the week, it's like doing the school runs at the moment. But who knows? In the next few weeks, I might have a little bit more time on my hands. So we'll have to wait and see. It's kind of gone a bit back to normal life the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So yeah, at the moment it's looking a bit dodge. So we'll get out of dodge, is I think one of your sayings. But so yeah, I've got loads of German beers recently, and I'm going to add to that a little bit next week, just to so I've got a few bits and bats to drink on if anything does happen. But yeah, this one's nice. Another Fest beer. So if you want a link, Rod, shoot us a message and I'll hook you up, son. I mean, it's probably getting towards your. It's a bit early yet, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, it's 6 o'clock in it. So you might be getting ready for tea, I'd imagine soon. But if you want a link, you know worries. You're welcome. Just catching up on some messaging shenanigans, whatever. But yeah, I've got 6 people watching. Yes, it's gone, isn't it? It's probably gone. That's it. It looks a bit weird to me as well. So I've not had a shave properly for. I've had a trim quite a few times, but never had a down to skin like proper for probably about 2.5, 3 years, something like that. Whatever. Now I can see all the chins, so I'm like, I'm growing that beard back again. You know, it's one of them kind of deals. But yeah, whatever. It's all right, but it'll grow back in by about a week, 2 weeks. It'll be kind of a little bit better. So, my actual razor that I do the trimming with, something wrong with it. So it was like it was just getting like too. I mean, it had a bit of a chin start. So, but yeah, with all that on it, it was like it wasn't growing down; it was going out. So, yeah, it's funny how that works sometimes. Yeah, you wouldn't think I was 29, would you? Joking, of course. But yeah, I'm actually 40. I'm 42 next year. So there you go. Nice sweetness going on there. Nice bit of malt. It reminds me a little bit of an English. It's got an English kind of bitter taste to it. There's a little bit of earthiness. There's a little bit of apple core, hedgerow fruit kind of vibe. But then it's also got this kind of slight caramel, biscuity, bready malt, a little bit of cracker in there, a little bit of toffee. So it's kind of a bit of a mix. It's quite nice. So I shouldn't be saying this. I've just done a review. You all know now. But yeah, it's a really interesting beer. I'm glad I got another one. There could be a good beer live coming in the next week or so. We'll see. There's no plans. There's gonna be an Oktoberfest Good Beer Live at some point. I think it's gonna be on Jake's channel, but yeah, at the moment it's all in the air. There's things going on, isn't there? And we have to just wait and see. So damn tasty, man. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get my finger out and getting round to some of these beers. They're just lovely. They're not hyped either, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all for non-hyped beer, traditional, well-made German beers. I'm really quite buzzed about, not drunk, but trying all these kind of classic beers that have been around for so long that I've never actually got round to actually trying. I always see them on websites or go to bottle shops. Oh, it's this and there's that. And, here's a hazy one. Here's this. Here's imperial stuff. All these great beers are just kind of, to a degree, get overlooked. Apart from the Oktoberfest beers, they seem to have set out pretty good. All the other ones, some of the classic beers, they just don't sell. And it's really a real shame because they're so damn good for what they are. The styles that they are in. The best in the world for the style. And people just, and that I'm included in that. People just leave them alone, which is a bit sad, really, because these should be the hyped beers because they are so damn good. but that's just me, of course. So, so thanks, my friend. I need to run out the store here in a bit. Yeah, no worries. You got to catch them deals, Rod, didn't you? So, cool beans. Handsome. Well, there you go. Thank you very much. I've not been called that for a while, so I do appreciate it, though. Look much younger. Yeah. Let me just put the camera in focus. You know what I mean? But yeah, 7 people watching now. Crazy. But always appreciate it. Anyone who watches. Do appreciate it. So we've got a few people saying hello to each other. Okay, so I had a Hellas today from Bivorg, but I can't pronounce it. I'm rubbish. I can see it and I'll remember it, but it's a craft brewery from Austria, but the owner is Slovenian. Okay, I've heard of them actually. I think they do cans, don't they? I think we've been getting a few cans over here, like the 330ml can, not the 440s. I've seen them on. I think it's Beer 52's web shop. I think they've been floating around there for a little while. Some quite interesting artwork, is what I remember. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I completely. Oh, yeah, I did read it. That's right. Can't even remember. So Julie's or Jules is saying hello to Rod, which is all good. It's great that everyone kind of knows everyone else. I like that. That's quite nice. You know, it's a nice community. I wouldn't say I get we're buddies with absolutely everyone within the beer tube community. There's one or two that different personalities. It's just a personal thing, but I try and get on with everyone to a degree, unless there's, sometimes there's other things, views and stuff, and I shouldn't be like it, but I just, I don't know. It disappoints me that I can't get on with everyone, but it's just life, isn't it? It's just, it's one of them kind of things. Yeah, Big 52, Davil's saying. So, yeah, that's where I saw them. There was a couple of cans. I can't remember what they were, but I think one had some weird kind of like beast or something on it. I can't remember. I'm really. Is it a purple beast on a can or something? I really can't remember. I'm going back like maybe 6 months, a year from when I first saw it. I can't remember. So, so they're saying hello backwards and forwards, which is really nice. Watching the game. Who's playing? I don't know. Here we go. We got Adam in there. Evening. Would love to join. No headphones and everyone is asleep. Yeah, I know that feeling. When I used to go to London, like prior to the COVID world or COVID world, COVID. 19 crows sat on a wall. Yeah, I had that problem. Come on, join. I was like, I can't. It's just, if I have a few beers, and you get louder and louder, and it's just like, shut up, what are you talking to out there, and all that bollocks. But then it's like, but then it is kind of, you don't think that, you just like having a few beers, don't care what the time is. In an ideal world, normal world, great. But obviously the time difference, if you go into the American ones and it goes on to like 4 or 5 in the morning, it's still like 11, 12 o'clock at night there kind of deal. Can't really, I'm lucky I can do it here. I'm in this back room. This room was originally going to be my daughter's room, but now it's going to be my room. So but it's going to be converted into a bedroom, and I'm going to change it all around. I'll have my reviewing over there. There's this cupboard that needs knocking out. I've got the window there. I'll have like a little cove, if you like, with some shelving around. We've got the chimney stack there. I've got a few ideas, but we'll see how it goes. It's gonna take a while. First of all, there's so much shit that needs to be rid of here. But now the you can go to the dump now, not the toilet, but the actual. You can go like I think you can go once a week now by our local council. At the one point, it was once every month. Can you believe that? And then they increased it to 2, and now it's 4. And then looks like we're going to have a lockdown coming. So yeah, perhaps it's not going to be 4 per month now. But yeah. So yeah, I do get that under Adam. I understand. So Jules is doing a bit of laughing, which is all good. We need more laughing, don't we? Really. Yeah, it's always the same. It's, it's tricky, isn't it? So, oh, that's good. Mersey Hound, yeah, you dirty old dog. Good. Exactly, it's something positive. It's nice to see positive things. We need more of that kind of stuff. Even if it makes yourself look like an idiot, if people laugh about it, that's why I'm doing this. It's kind of one of them things. College football. Yeah, I thought it might be or something like that. I have no idea who that is, so I agree. I've heard of college football though, but yeah, the cans are pretty cool. Right, yeah, that word, creatures, mystical. Get it right. I was just trying to think how to pronounce it. Oh yeah. So yeah, I did see. Yeah. So it's weird that I remember that. It must have stood out because I normally forget everything. Got the old beer memory is, getting a bit hazy, getting a bit New England IPA, to be fair. But yeah, this is still going down, and I'm probably going to finish it now. I'll just go and grab another beer. Really nice. Really nice. Have I said it's really nice? Really nice. Really nice. Okay, well, I mean, as long as you don't get into any trouble or whatever, join for a bit if you want. As long as you've got a good microphone, you don't need to talk too loud. That's the thing with this stream tube, as I call it. It's a shame you can't up people's. You probably can. I've never really looked at it. Can you? It'd be nice to up people who are really loud. Turn them down. People who you can hardly hear, turn them up. That would be really, really cool thing to do. I'm just trying to. Oh, I've got that there. So I was just making sure. You obviously can hear me all right. Right at the very beginning of the stream, I was curious because I actually forgot the sound on my laptop. I had it off, but I think that's just for me rather than you. I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. I could have been waffling on for 10 minutes and no one could hear me on there. Yeah. We've got 7 people tuned in then. Are you guys drinking anything? I would imagine if there's a fair few from the States, so it could be. It shouldn't be too early now. What, 20 past 6, 20 past, depending on where you are, of course. But even then, on a Saturday. So 20 past 6, 20 past 5 Central, 20 past 3 West Coast, I'm guessing, off the corner of my head. I don't know what corner, it's round. Talking rubbish now. So Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good feedback because I did get this thing. Got it a while ago actually. But I was just curious. I'm wondering if the actual time is there any time. I'm getting a bit of a lag on the screen that I'm actually on. But quite interesting. Is there a lag viewing from YouTube? Um, there we go. So she's on the lash, as we call it over here. Good few bloody beers. Good. Well, there's no good there. It's gonna have a few bloody beers. Nice. What's your favourite style of beer as well, Jules? I'm quite interested. Um, what's your do you like farmhouse ales, or do you like sours? What's your jam? Be quite interested. I think you like fruit. I know there's a few reviews you've mentioned, like commenting on. I know you like your certain fruited beers, kind of thing. So I can't remember. No, as I said, rubbish memory. Um, there is a video lag, but no sound lag. Okay, right. Yeah, I mean, I have got it on a high screen resolution at the moment because it's just me. Not literally, it's just me. It's I'm on my own. Let me just put this down, the camera resolution, just to see. I'll put it onto 480. It's on 720 at the moment. I'll put it down to 480. I'm a bit closer now. It's even worse. That's the trouble. That's the thing. Once you got the higher resolution, you step back from it. But as soon as you get a bit of a lower resolution, you come forward. It's like, I don't like that. Right, cool. All right, yeah. Hefeweizen. I've got, as I say, I've got a lot of German beers coming up. I've got a Schankerler Märzen. Is it Märzen? No, the Rausch beer, the smoked beer. Oh God, I'm not going to have that tonight, but I've only got one bottle, so I'm going to do a review of that. And I've had it a few times before. It's so damn good. If you like smoky beers, um, meaty, smoky, bacon type flavored, bonfire beers kind of thing. They are so damn good. A lot of people don't like it, which is fair dues. Um, so you like the old Belgian beers as well, yeah. I could see me really getting back into some of these classic. There's so many hundreds of classic German and Belgian beers that not so much German beers I've had loads of, but certainly I know Davor, you like your old, obviously, being in Slovenia, you got probably a lot more access to certain German stuff, and probably to a degree Belgian stuff than we could get here in the UK, although we do get a lot. Um, so you like the old Radlers, yeah. I had the Paulina Lemon Radler earlier in the year. I did do a review of it. I don't know where I put the can down. It was a can. Oh, I can't find it now. But yeah, that was really nice. And I can't remember what. There's another Radler I'm looking at the moment. I might get it next week. We'll see. But I know we're not really in that kind of weather at the moment here in the UK for them. But I'm still kind of quite curious with them. I know they're really low ABVs, and so they're not. They're beers just to kick back with friends and have a chat and have a beer without even worrying about it, or if you're driving or You could have one of them though. Nay bother, as James would say. So yeah. Oh wow, bloody hell! Right, Christ. Wow, that's really cool. 25-year edition. Damn, very nice. Yeah, I mean, I've only had one beer from them, and it was their rock. I never get the actual pronunciation of some of these names and all that kind of thing. I'm awful. I'm bad enough with English names. Never mind trying to pretend I'm bilingual. I can't even speak English, so it's one of them deals. Yeah, stouts and pale ales are a bit much. Oh right, yes. It takes time though. I mean, there's no rush with drinking beers unless you got to go to the next bar. But you know what I mean? It's down it. Not that kind of rush, but you know what I mean. Styles of beers, I find it's one of them things that kind of gradually, naturally happens. Um, and I mean, even in my proper, I mean, I've always been a lager drinker up until about 10 years ago. And then 10 years ago, I thought, do you know what? I fancy something. I went to a beer festival it was actually before then. I actually went to a beer fest. My first beer festival was probably in 2006, around that kind of time. Beer festivals. Oh, great! Let's try some different lagers. And I got there. Where's your lagers, mate? 14 years ago. I was a lager drinker. Like, where's all your like? Oh, there's no lagers here, mate. I'm like, huh? It's kind of one of them. It's sort of, we got ciders over there. You've got all these are ales. You've got stouts. You've got pale ales, bitters, blah blah blah, IPAs. I'm like, okay then. So I don't. While I'm here, I'm gonna have a few. Try. That's horrible. IPA. Um, ugh, that's not brain. That's too bitter. And all that kind of thing. And now let's try a pale ale. It's a bit. That's too bitter. Even pale ales are bitter. If you're new to it, it's kind of one of them sort of things. If you're new to styles, and then slowly but surely, by the end of it, I was a bit kind of getting a bit drunk. I was drinking pints of stuff, and of course, coming from lagers, it was really high carbonation, going to traditional ales, British ales. There's no carbonation. I drank. I cannot remember how many I drank, but it was a hell of a lot. It didn't really have much of an effect, but it wasn't the ABV. It was the carbonation. It was the carbonation allowed me, because I was used to high carbonation crap in lagers back then. I was just drinking these like for fun. I couldn't do it now. I could never have drunk the amount of ales going to a beer festival now as I did in my first one, because I was more, the gut and belly was so used to that real stupid amount of carbonation in lagers. I used to session 15 pints of, over an 8-9 hour period. No, normal. But since coming off that, slowly but surely, started drinking different styles, starting to like them more. And in the last 5 or 6 years, getting to sours and stuff, hated them at first, slowly built up over time. There you go. That was a long question to that one. Jules saying nice. 2018 edition. Huge thanks to the owner of the local bookshop that hit me with that ball. Yeah, absolutely, man. He must be a very good friend. Who is he? Let me know who he is. Cool. What we got here? No Bluetooth headphones, but have a nicked laptop and manual headphones. Can you deal with me in bed? Yeah, as long as you've got a cover on. So, yeah, I'm fond of a smooth wheat on tap with a slice of lemon. Lemon. See, you know, they do that with the old Blue Moon and stuff. Oh, and then I remember went to a London pub with some friends, but I can't remember how long ago that was. About 3 or 4 years ago. We just went in. Oh, I'll have a Blue Moon, pint of Blue Moon, please. Come in, it's like, what the hell is that? There's a lump of orange just like stuck, little slit dumped in. It's like, I'll have that after, you know. But that's just me. Um, I can tolerate switchback though. Yeah, yeah. No, right. I'm going to drink this and get another beer because still got 6 people. I really appreciate you watching. Ultra boring stream. Uh, That's so nice. My taste buds have been craving out for this kind of thing, and I never knew. Probably for years. It's kind of, but then when I go for something hoppy, I'm really going to appreciate the contrast. I like contrast with flavors and beers. This is why I chop and change. Normally, pale thing, dark thing, pale thing. If I'm out and about, it's more of a contrast for the palate. If you have the same kind of hoppy, hazy, or stout, impy, well, two things will happen. Impies, you're going to be wankered, but then they kind of run together. Any style of beer, if you're having the same style all the time, boom, 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 they run together and they get a little bit boring. That's what I'm kind of have found over the last few years. But contrast it up, have a sour, have an IPA, have a Pilsner, palate cleanser, go to an Impy Stout, maybe have another Pilsner, go to, something like that, or a Goza. There is certain styles of beer that kind of cleanse the palate. You're lining this palate up for the next one. That's the way I work. So yeah, you're California. Wow, right. So you're half past, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3:33, maybe. I hope the air quality's got better as well. With the old smoke and all that kind of carry on. So you like citrus? That's cool. Right, I'm going to go and get another beer. Give me about 37 seconds, and I'll be back. Back. Right. You got here. Yes, past midnight. So was it 12:36? Is it what I've asked you before this? I can't remember. Anyway, I've actually had this beer in the fridge too long. I've had this beer in the fridge about 2.5 months. And I've got another one. I've got a fresh one today, so I'm going to just drink this at my leisure. I was going to review it, but so it's a beer from Magic Rock. They're out of Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, and it's their Clairvoyance, double dry hopped. Get that off. Sorry, double. Get off. Yeah. Clairvoyance, double dry hopped IPA. It's ABV. I can never remember. 7.2% ABV, so not quite a session strength, but maybe to some. But yeah, really nice looking artwork can. I've actually reviewed this beer. God, what year was that? It's either 2016 or 2017 in that kind of bracket. And I remember when I reviewed it, and still even to this day, this was the best beer I've ever had. From Magic Rock. The best beer I've ever had. Now, what, 2, 3 years on, 4 years on, 2 years on, more than that, 3 or 4 years on, it's now in the UK, in one of the UK supermarkets. Because obviously, this brewery's now been bought out by a big conglomerate. Not that I'm too bothered. I'm bothered if the standard of the beer goes down, then yeah, I'll be disappointed because I actually really like this brewery. Been to the tap room once a few years back and had a lot of time for them. But if their beers are still good, I still got a lot of time for them. That kind of thing doesn't bother me. The way things have gone in the last kind of like 6 months with the world and stuff, I bet there's a few breweries that have been approached and they said no, we don't want to sell, but they're looking at it now and thinking shit, we've dropped a bollock there. You just don't know, do you? So they're probably in a better position than they would have been if they hadn't have taken that paycheck or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's crack it open then. And this is an older can, of course, but yeah, still got a hell of a long time on it, which is very kind of suspect to me. Still got the 19th of May of 2021 best before date, and I've had this can 2.5 months. So that about. Yeah, back in the day, that never would have happened. It would have been like a maximum of 6 months. But yeah, it was one of my favourite beers. It smells interesting on the initial aroma. So, but I've got a fresher can, literally 2.5 months fresher down in the fridge that I've got today. That little beer hole. So it's hazy. So we're going back to what I was talking about just before. It's going to be a nice contrast with a couple of lagers now going on to this. So, it's not going to have that kind of same normality about it because my palate's starting to get a bit over, but rather than just like a robot, it's like this style, that style, this style, that style, that kind of thing. And I think that's good. It keeps the palate on its toes. That don't sound right, does it? But unless you've got a fetish, of course. But anyway, it's getting an aroma then. It's very kind of punchy, soft fruit, very citrusy, a little bit of kind of the pale stone fruit, nectarine, a little bit of peach maybe. It's quite smells quite nice, to be fair to it, but it's also got a nice kind of there's a bit of a malt kind of intermingles with that kind of that soft, pleasant, playful kind of fruit note. There's almost like a slight kind of brown bread in there as well, underlying all that kind of nice fruit notes. Surprising it's still holding up. That's nice. It's nice. How's it fared from when I've done a review of it before? No idea. It's kind of one of them. So Davil's heading out. So yeah. Yeah, no worries, mate. I understand. I appreciate you watching and chiming in with the comments and stuff. Going on from next week, if you're still there or if you watch it back, there's going to be probably at least a Belgian. I keep getting mixed up. There's going to be a Belgian beer from Munich coming up. You know what I mean? It's there's going to be a lot of German stuff coming up. There's going to be one review a day of German stuff, probably from Monday. I've done 2 tonight. I'll probably do 1 or 2 tomorrow afternoon, maybe 1 or 2 tomorrow evening. We'll see, and then I can space them out then. I've still got a few other things just there that I can alternate. I might do 1 German beer in the morning one day and then alternate it with a German beer in the afternoon the following day and do it like that. But 2 reviews a day. Been doing that for a fair while. I actually haven't uploaded my second one for today, but it doesn't matter, does it? Anyway, cheers, Davil, mate. You take care and sleep well, my friend. We'll drop down to 5 people. This is nice. It's nice. There's a few people watching, so I'll carry on. Really, I don't need hundreds like some people do. What's all that about? Just do it because you like doing it, don't you know? I hate the numbers, man. I'm rubbish at apps. Really nice. There's a little bit of pineapple tones. There's a slight kind of sharp, sweet edge to it, like a pineapple. Bit of passion fruit maybe, but very soft, playful. What Paul would say. It's just nice. And this is the older can. So I've got another one. I can't remember how much this was. I think it was £3. £3 in Morrison's here in the UK. Pretty sure it was £3. I've got the because I'm sad. I keep certain photos that my mate goes, "Oh, what do you want out of this lot?" I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, 4 for £10. You could get this for 4 for 10 quid. So how much was it normally then? Right, it's too small. I can't zoom in. It's a crappy photo. I think it's £3 a can or 4 for tenner. That's worth £10 of your English dough. That's not bad at all. It's not bad. It's working for me. I was a bit worried. I've not seen any reviews of the supermarket kind of this, for instance. And I've not really heard anyone talk about it either, like unlike other, you know, there's so many of these kind of 440ml cans now spread out through the supermarkets that it's just too much. I mean, there's a lot of beer reviewers out there now that if you're just not a beer reviewer, you're more of a kind of, you know, watch to see what people want to say about them. You can go through the whole range between all the channels, which is great. And you don't have to be first to put these things out. If you're driven by that, then, you know, it's probably a business for you, or you want it to be a business, or I'm more of a laid-back beer reviewer. I'll drink it when I want to drink it, and then I'll put it out when I want to put it out. And then if anyone watches, cool, appreciate it. There's so many more important things out there in this world at the moment that's going on. And I've always had that kind of mentality. Even before this year, I've always had that kind of train of thought. This is a wonderful hobby, and I've met some amazingly cracking people, lots of brothers and sisters out there that I've met. It's just wonderful. That you are not going to beat that. For me, at least, my personality, me. That's all I want. Absolutely. 5 people watching. I'm really happy about that. Yeah. In reference probably to the German beers coming out from next week. Yeah, I appreciate it. I know we're all busy and stuff, and we've all got stuff going on. So, and there's lots of beer reviewers out there. So, it's really nice if anyone watches. So, always appreciated. Don't know what that's in reference to, but not too sure. But yeah, it's just a lovely kind of. It doesn't matter what kind of background you're from, how much money you make, and all this sort of kind of thing. But when it comes to having a beer, and there isn't really, it's kind of a leveler to a degree, or you can be proper twattish about it if you're an idiot, But I think most people, there's, I think I think there's 3 groups of beer drinkers that I've kind of over my lifetime through here in the UK as well. Don't forget that. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, in the States, say, for instance, but or in Central Europe. But my understanding of different beer drinkers is you've got where I first started, you've got the lager drinkers, it's like rah, 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 rah. And then a little bit, I'd say there's probably a little bit more aggressiveness. You're surrounded by a little bit more aggressiveness. Not everyone, more than likely. Football, as in over here we call it football. You in the States call it soccer. So football here in the UK, there is a little. I mean, again, going back prior to this year, normal times, a little bit, on the lager since silly o'clock in the morning, a few cans on the train going to the game, in the whatever the local bars are near the ground, going to watch the game, coming out, you're happy or sad, depending on the result. Draw's always a good one. You go to a game as a draw, no one's happy, but no one's going to be like a bit pissed off kind of thing. Like me earlier. Not that I went to a bar or watched the game, but yeah, I watched it on telly, and yeah, sack of shit. Yeah, it's so you've got that kind of drinker, lager drinkers, can really kick off. Then you've got the real. There's probably 4 actually. You've got the real ale drinkers, which are easygoing, can talk to them, more approachable, generally more senior in age. But until you start talking about hazy beer or that kind of thing, or big imperial stouts, or you don't want to drink that. You don't want to drink too many of them. It's 6%, lad. That kind of. Why am I doing a Yorkshire accent? I don't know. So you got that, and then you're trying to convert them into. I'm not paying that. That's how much. You got that kind of drinker, which is all the proper old school real ale drinker has been drinking it 40, 50 years. kind of group. So that's two groups. Another group you've got, which is generally cask beer, by the way. Then you got the kind of people who have been into beer a long time, but then now drink generally more draft beer, craft beer, whatever that means, but modern day beer. Yeah, say I prefer that term more than craft. So that's a third type, and then like the ultra keen, the ultra geeky, the ultra beer nerd. Money, no object. Got to get every single release. Instagram kind of hype rubbish. Not always, but generally more often than not. Just proper full-on beer snobs. So there's actually a fair few different kind of categories, I'd say, of drinker, and there's probably one or two more I've not even thought about, but that's what I've kind of come to learn over time. There's so many different types. You've got the large drinker, you've got the real ale drinker, you've got the general kind of modern day craft beer drinker, and then you've got the snobs, the beer snobs, the the tick brigade, whatever you want to call them. That stamp collecting kind of aspect of drinking beer. Whatever. So there's probably four. I recognise four types, but that's my interpretation of beer here in the UK at least. I don't know what it's like in America or whatever, but yeah. Let's get some comments then, because I'm waffling away. Jules, the current beer you're reviewing, yum. Yeah, I mean, it's just stuff I like, although I'm trying to vary it a little bit. I've still got a hell of a lot of kind of sours that we've probably gone past the best kind of weather related, if you like, kind of. But I can drink sours in winter. I can drink Kimby stouts in summer. It's not. But I mean, if you're doing it as part of a beer channel reviewing and putting it out, it's probably not going to get the most hits when the weather goes colder. It just doesn't. A lot of people drink to season, which is fine. But we're all different. Yeah, it does. It does. But then you also get the stubborn groups, the real ale drinkers generally. Not all of them, of course, but they're set in their ways. That's it. It's this or nothing. And why should I change? And all this sort of. I've had some really interesting chats with people, really nice people. We talked to them for like an hour, a few beers later, kind of thing. As soon as you start talking about craft beer or hazy beer, different type of person, it's weird how it works, and they're not going to agree with you. Some people have got a little bit aggressive and as if it's that's not beer, and all that. I've had that conversation. Some of them I don't even know. One or two I have, but a lot of people I've had conversations with I've never met before. But I had nice conversations. Then as soon as you start getting out of their comfort zone, it's weird how it works. It really is odd. And it's the same conversation. It goes down the same avenues, the same paths. With cask beer, not as I said, it's not all of them, but it's happened so many times. When I've been out for a beer and just have a general chat with a stranger at the bar, and it's really nice. And then for some reason it gets onto that, and it's a wasted conversation for an hour. It's weird how it works, but quite amusing though. Well, to me it is. Yeah, it's 4 people watching, so that's really incredible. So apart from Jules, love you, Jules. Thanks for watching. So the 3 others, what you're drinking, where you're from, all that. This is all because I can keep up the comments, unlike some streams. So not a soda stream, but some streams. That sounds stale and let me just put that up so I can read it better. Sounds stale and boring to me. I prefer to try new things, learn, explore, expand horizons, if you will. Absolutely. But the trouble is, what it does seem to be the more mature men of cask beer here in the UK that have been drinking the same kind of stuff all of the time, and change to them is almost like you're swearing at them, or that they actually become offended that to try and introduce them to something different, and they don't like it. I don't know what it is. It's probably a bit of age, stubbornness. Why should I? And that's not beer. That they've been not brought up, but got institutionalized, if you like, with a mindset of certain beer. But not all of them, of course. I keep saying this. This is not everyone. I know some people in their 70s and they love craft beer. So it's not everyone, but I'd say it's probably more than 50%. So, but yeah. Thank you, mate. And that's what it is. It's the comfort zone. They don't like people. A lot of people don't like change. Who likes change? No one. But it's only beer. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not as if right, you can't have. We're going to chop your arm off. It's not. It's not like as drastic as that. It's just beer. It's just they get very kind of protective and I'm right, you're wrong kind of attitude, and you ain't going to win an argument. It's just, it's just I try not to let it get to that point, because I've learned that I've had this argument many times, probably a dozen times. I don't get to that point now in the conversation where if I go, if they say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a pint of that," I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then But if they keep, you can definitely tell. You can tell. It's just weird how it works. You just know, even if you don't know them, it's weird how it works. Oh, how you doing, Joe? How you doing, mate? You're all right. Yeah, I got rid of it, man. I shaved it off a few days ago. And I kind of regret it now. I just realised how much of a fat face I've got. It is what it is. But yeah, I just the beard really does hide the old quadruple chin. So yeah, bloody thing. Hope you're keeping well, mate. It's really cool for you to chime in. I hope all is well with you. And I've seen you been doing some reviews. Not watched any of them, of course. There's no offence. It's just I don't. Yeah, I hope you're all right. If you want to join, you're not going to join. But if you want to join, it'd be great to. You don't have to be drinking either. I could drink this and go and make a cup of tea, and then if that makes you feel better. No, I'm not. But yeah, cheers, Joe, mate. Check his channel out. It's on screen now. The Beer Patrol, awesome dude. He's been going just over 2.5 years now, or something like that. Joe, I can't remember. I know it's April. So April, May, June, July, August, September. Almost 2.5 years come the 1st of October, I think. Probably wrong. But yeah, check him out. Awesome dude, really nice bloke. Up there in Buffalo, New York. So yeah, check him out. He's awesome. So if you want to join, Joe, just shoot me a message and I'll leave it with you. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I ain't got a problem with it. It's just if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But it's just they're very they don't accept anyone else's beer drinking antics, which is a bit narrow-minded. But whatever, it doesn't offend me. I don't care. I find it amusing. But anyway, I'm drinking this. Anyone who's just come along, Joe, etc. Clairvoyance from where are they from? I already said it once. Magic Rock. So as I said, reviewed this 4 years ago, I think. Since then, been bought out, and they're now in the UK supermarket, which is nuts. And it's actually not too bad. I was actually surprised. Different brewery there, but that's a local brewery to me. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. £3 a can. You could pick 4 of these up for £10, which is it's a double dry hopped IPA. It's 7.2%. So 4 of these for £10. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Unless you're an ale drinker, but that whole conversation was before. It's really not bad at all for the prices. It's pretty good. It's pretty good shit. 5 people watching. Awesome stuff. So, Joe, are you drinking anything? So, what is it? 7 o'clock your time now? So, you're probably around. You've just finished work and you're going to have to go and have dinner. Or you're just about to crack open a beer and you're going to join me for a chat. That's probably the former. But, yeah, hope you're doing well either way, mate. That's the main thing. Health and shenanigans is the most important thing, more so this year than probably any other of our lives. But I've always had that mindset anyway, so yeah. And that's it. Down to 4 people. Yeah, starting to go now, isn't it? So, but yeah. This is going down so easy. I'll tell you what there is. I thought I dropped something. I'll tell you what it is. There's a slight kind of malty, not malty sweetness, but you know what I mean? The mid palate, as soon as you just there's something that gives it an edge, and it lingers on the palate lovely. It's really damn nice. Really quite impressive. To my palate, at least. That's the thing. Everyone's got different kind of. Sorry, I got another note. I should turn these notifications off. I don't know if you can hear that. You go. Be interesting to see if you can hear that. You have to let us know. But I completely forgot what I was talking about. This is probably one of the better IPAs in the old supermarket. I'm quite impressed. I didn't think it'd be this good. As soon as you get this supermarket kind of editions of certain beers that you've had before, unless you get a really fresh, new, decent batch, then they're going to be all right. But the batch variation I find in some of these supermarket products is variable beyond belief. Some batches can be oxidized to hell. Other batches can be absolutely amazing, and then you get a bit of sort of in between. And it's not an age thing; it's just a batch thing. They're under pressure to produce so much beer for supermarkets, then there's going to be gaps in quality throughout each batch. That's my understanding of it. I'm not a brewer, but there must be a hell of a lot of pressure for some of these guys to produce these beers, and there's going to be things slip through the net. It just is. Plus, the price point is a lot lower than they'd probably charge if they weren't in the supermarket. So if they skimped on ingredients, yada yada. There's so many different things that fall into play. But for myself, for someone who drinks a lot of hazy stuff, and then picking this up from a supermarket, this is really good. Really good. This can is anyway. I hope the newer can is as good as this, or a bit better. I hope it's not oxidized or nowhere near like this one. Sometimes you just don't know. This could be better than the newer one. Who knows? It's just one of them deals. Shenanigans in an hour. Oh goodness. So what's going on in an hour then, Jules? Has anyone got a live stream? I don't know. I know one of my other friends, he's just about to start one, or has started one. But I might join that in a little while here. So who streams that? You have to let us know. Or shoot me a... I don't know if you're on Facebook or anything. You'll have to... let's have a look. I'm spelling your name wrong because I'm an idiot. Oh yeah, okay. That makes sense. Cool. Right. Yeah, just let us know who it is. Oh, you have. Because I'm an idiot. I've just missed about 3 comments. So that's my friend just gone live. Did you hear that notification? Okay. Jeremy's. Yeah, I know Jeremy. Cool. That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, I might join on if there's space or room or whatever. Is there any kind of theme or anything like that, or it's just a free for all? I like Jeremy. He's a nice. Obviously Blake as well, and I can't remember the other guy's name. Oh God, is him and another guy normally? Yeah, they're all very opinionated, nice guy, very strong, which is cool. But yeah, Jeremy and Blake, really nice guys, nice blokes as we call it over here. Really nice blokes. And again, Brian, Fresh Metal Homebrew and Barbecue, really nice bloke, and a few others. Drunken One, known him for quite a few years. Love to meet him one day, obviously. And probably not very soon with the way shenanigans are going, but oh dear, excuse me. Oh. I need a few yawns and I'll be all right. It's one of them kind of deals. But yeah, they are wild. They are really nice people. Let me just do that. So, what should I say? Just lots of laughs, chill on a Saturday night. It was great music last week. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you just need it, don't you, sometime. I need to be on a certain level of... Cause I'm on my own. I'm not too bad. Now I've had a few beers, I'm relaxed. I can just, talk, and it's just me. So that kind of helps. But as soon as you get into a group of people and they're quite loud, and I don't want to be shouting to get heard. Unless I've had a few beers and I'll start telling people to shut up. I become less tolerant, if that makes sense. It's just like, you just shut up, I'm trying to talk, It's like you're competing for airtime, But yeah, it's funny how it works sometimes. It's quite amusing. That's a shame. That's a shame. So, but yeah, check your Facebook. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm probably just going to finish this beer, give it another 5-10 minutes. I've still got a bit here. Drink this, chill out for a little bit, and then see if there's a stream going. And let's see. I mean, no one's joined, so I'm really at that time of day over in the East Coast, at least. It's that kind of dinner time, sort of. Then the stream starts, from 12 my time, midnight to 1 a.m. It's generally when the East Coast streams kind of start up a little bit. So it's kind of the way it is. Time zones suck. They suck hind titty, as Greg would say. It's quite amusing. Always makes me laugh. But yeah, when our clocks go forward, I think we're a week or so. Is it a week or 4 weeks? I don't know when the clocks go back on the. I mean, there's some states that don't touch their clocks, go forward or back an hour at all. I think that's more the mid. Is it more the mid states? I think there's 1 or 2 states. Probably wrong. I can't remember if it's autumn or spring where I think there's about 3-week gap of we do ours and then they don't do theirs for ages. It's great. It's only 4 hours, which 4 hours is great. It's just it brings everything kind of more into line, really. I still wish I was in the same time zone as everyone else. It's a shame, really, especially in the States. I'll be on all of them. I'll be proper alky. But yeah. Yes, absolutely. So we got, I think it's the first Sunday in November. Yeah, so ours is generally the last Sunday in October. So that's the week. I think that there's a longer gap in the springtime than the autumn time, which is annoying. But I knew one set. I couldn't work out what it was, whether it was spring or autumn. But one set was 1 week, and one set was like for some reason 3 weeks. I don't get that, but it is what it is. I'm all for it though. That 3 week one, I'm all for it. So Rod's just put morning care, hangover prevention and recovery drink review. That's an interesting one. Interesting one, Rod. So yeah, go and check him out after. Not now. I'm very happy to promote my friends. Even doing a live stream. So there you go. So yeah, I'm just going to probably drink this and then let everyone have their dinner or whatever, or prepare. I'm really enjoying a few drinks tonight. Quite relaxed, just taking it in, the drink, and leisurely, just leisurely. It doesn't have to be a load of drinks all the time. It just sometimes just kick back and enjoy being able to have a beer. in these absolutely historical days we're having. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what you're referring to. Sorry. Something's interesting, but yeah, I'm not sure what. It's not me. um, yeah, 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 absolutely. Yeah, just chill. The world's as someone said in a very one of my favourite films. The world's got itself in a great big hurry. Do you know that film? It's my favourite film. I mean, something like that. It's got itself in a great big damn hurry, or great big hurry, or something like that. Yeah. And the character in the film, I'll give you a clue. The character in the film was um, in charge of a library. There you go. I can't. I could probably give you one or two more clues, but it would probably give it away. Um, how wouldn't I give it away with another clue? I can't even remember the character's name in the film, but I know who said it. It's one of them. I haven't watched it for a while, but it is my favourite film. It's my favourite film, but I can't remember him. What's his bloody name in the film? I don't know. It's if I give you who's in it, then you're going to get it straight away. That's the problem. Um, this will probably give it away as well. Get busy living or get busy dying. It's damn right. You got to get it now. Or if you're watching it after, if you're watching it after, then if it hasn't been said, give me one more line. Yeah, get busy living or get busy dying. What else could I give you? Oh God, it's really difficult, isn't it? So the trouble is, I haven't watched the film for a few years. I'm trying to rack my brains for little bits. We're down to three people now. I really appreciate you hanging on, Jules, mate. It's really cool. Um, oh God, how can I not? If I give certain, if I let me just do a little bit of right. So it stars. Word. Okay, one of the actors. I'm not going to make it easy because if I give one of these two main actors away, you're going to get it straight away. One of the actors in it was Bob Gunton. Does that help? I couldn't remember his name. I've just had a look. Bob Gunton was one of the actors in it. What other clues can I give you? They're not going to be so obvious that it was like, oh, it's that. Um, it was directed by I can't even pronounce his surname, so that's not a clue. Um, The film was produced in 1994. It's not a bad one. You could just Google it. It's based on a 1982 Stephen King novel, Rita Hayworth. I nearly said the name of the film then. It's a great. It's one. It's my favourite film of all time. One is it all time? I don't know. So we got. I'm just going to go through these because it's just easier just to. Yep, I know you know the film. You know the film. So give me a clue to give me an idea if you're on the right lines. What kind of film is it? What's the scene? What's the setting? What's the? You must know that. If you know the line, you know the kind of storyline, and you know the film, but you can't remember the name. So, oh God, it's based on. Let me go on 2 seconds. So where did I read that? Oh God. It's based on a 1982 Stephen King novel. The librarian in it said, "The world has got itself in a great big hurry." And that's not through just Googling. It's weird, and it's some lines you remember in films, silly little things. And there's other classic lines you just forget. Be interesting. I reckon you know. It's just if I say one of the main actors, you're going to get it straight away. I ain't making this easy. You know. This ain't a pub quiz, by the way. It's just like me waffling on. It's just like there's no prize. I'm not knowledgeable enough to do a pub quiz, and I can't be bothered to look up, questions and answers. I could have done it. I mean, before lockdown come in, we used to do all these kind of like live things anyway, so it wasn't really kind of a big deal. It's weird how it worked, but then there's certain other people. I'm going off topic. Don't. All right. Okay. Let me give you a bit more of an obvious clue then. At the end of the film, the two characters that were in the film throughout, they met up on a beach in Mexico. You're going to get it now. No. They met up in the beach in Mexico at the end of the film. And they repaired a boat to go fishing in. You've got to get it now. I'm sure you could get it now. It was so obvious, wasn't it? That's the one. That's my favourite film. That is an absolute cracking film for me. That's my kind of storyline film. So that was that. I did kind of give it away a little bit with the Morgan Freeman and I can't remember his other name now. What's his name? Tim Robbins. Yeah, but Bob Gunton was the warden. That Andy Dufresne. He done his books for him, but he was a very intelligent banker, wasn't he? And I'm not a filmy or nothing like that, but there's been one or two films over the years that really kind of like stuck to me, and that is a cracking film. I mean, Morgan Freeman, what an actor! I mean, unbelievable actor, unbelievable man, unbelievable voice. Wow, proper awesome dude. But yeah, we got Rasco and Disco chiming in. Wow, you're up late, just like me. I can't really say. So yeah, he got. I assume that's in relation to it wasn't a quiz or nothing. I ain't that intelligent. But then some of them who do the pub quizzes aren't either. But that's just saying. What am I drinking? I'm just finishing off Clairvoyance from Magic Rock. It's one of the. I've had this beer like 2.5 months, sat in the fridge, and it's tasted absolutely fantastic. Morrison's jobby, of course, but I reviewed it, like as I was saying before, back in 2016, 2017, when it was like, and it was one of the best beers I've ever had from Magic Rock. And I must admit, coming towards the end of it, I've had it. It's actually still very good for what you're paying. I missed one there. Yeah, it is a great. It's my favourite film. It's one of them. It's quite kind of, you watch and it gets your attention, and he's innocent and he got framed for it, and and the way the film goes, it's just so good. I got the it's the Hacker-Shaw hat. I wasn't expecting it actually. I done a free box beer unboxing yesterday. Loads of German beers. I've been really kind of excited about German beers, more so than all these hype things. Just all these classic beers I've never had before, and it's like, why? I was just getting bored with all the you got to get this, it's just come out, and all that kind of that kind of carry on. So earlier on, just a bit of a recap. There's a few probably people joined now, so I had that very early on. I've drunk it now, so I've done a review of it. That'll be coming out next week. The Paulaner Oktoberfest. And then I can't pronounce this brewery, so I'm just going to go with the abbreviation ABK Fest Beer. So I reviewed that. So that's what I've had them two in this Clairvoyance. I've only had 3 beers. So yeah. So that come with Beer Merchants. Actually, I wasn't expecting to get that, and they gave me that as well, which is one of these kind of like tank. I didn't actually do the review in it because you can't really see through it, as I've already said. But yeah, it's quite a nice glass. So it's it's actually on there properly. Pretty cool. That's really nice of them. But yeah, I did place a fairly kind of large order. So right. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, Brasco, let's go. Yeah, cool. Cheers for chiming in. I mean, I know it's getting late now, but I'm probably just going to drink this and kind of clear off. But yeah, I've been rattling on for Christ 2 hours. It's one of them things. Sometimes I as soon as I start a stream, there's not much interest in it. It's like, and then no one joins. It's like, oh. And as I said, like 15 minutes, I'll probably be here in 2 hours, and I am just rattling on. A few beers, talking rubbish. I always start off nervous. It's really odd, and then I'll drink a few beers. I'll relax, and calm down, and all that kind of thing. Just finished the BPABK. I should know that. I don't. It sounds like a Polish. Is it Polish beer? I don't know. Probably not. Chocolate, strawberry, marshmallow, imperial stout. This is like my Shawshank Redemption question in beer form. I ain't got a clue. I don't know. And you'll say like, oh yeah, what's that? But it reminds me of there's a brewery in Poland with letters, and then it's this. What's the name of the bloody brewery? Brewile, or whatever you pronounce it in Polish. It rings a bell. Chocolate, strawberry, marshmallow, and pill. Fun times. I'm going to cheat because I have an app to cheat. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have ever got that. Fun times. There is a brewery. Brewer Rock Mill called Fun Times, which is sour. That's not it. 3 Mills Brewing. Not tree. This ain't working now. Northamptonshire. So we got that far. Fun. I don't know. Perhaps you're just saying it's fun times. Chocolate. There we go. Triple chocolate, chocolate, caramel, peanut. Free Hills. Yeah, I've got Free Hills. Chocolate, strawberry, and marshmallow. Oh, yeah. 10% ABV. Doesn't give any commercial description, but it's got a decent rating, 4.19 out of 139 check-ins. It's pretty good, isn't it? 10%. That sounds a really interesting beer. Is that in a can? There seems to be. There's cans, doing the can. Is that a bottle or a can? Oh, it is a can next to 2 bottles. Interesting. Sounds good. Sounds like a good beer. 6 people watching, man. It's really cool. So you decide. Should I cut this stream now, or should I go and get another beer? I've got this bit left. I mean, yeah, I can. It's black and with a white label on it. Looking at the old the pictures. So should I get another beer or not? Should I get another beer? Rasco, Disco. He said beer, but should I get another beer? So we just go through these. Do. Bum 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 bum. Beer. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna get another beer then. I've got another beer I can drink without worrying about reviewing all that kind of shit. Tired, but a beer will wake me up. So back in a second then. Let's get rid of this. See you in a sec. We're back. So, I've reviewed it earlier in the year, and it was part of a kind of a deal, as I said before, for a tenner. So this was apart from the ones I'm going to review, which including that one. I've already reviewed this one, so let me just try and focus that in. So yeah, from Siren Craft Brew, their Pom Pel Cello, great juicy grapefruit sour IPA, 6% ABV. This sour IPA is hopped with Equinox Bravo. That's okay then. And Mosaic to create the biggest grapefruity hop profile we could muster. But we've also included grapefruit zest and juice for good measure. Lactose rounds things out for a sweet and smooth touch. There you go. May contain sediment, so whatever. SirenCraftBrew.com. As I said, I've had it once before. I remember they done this. I'm sure I had this like 5 or 6 years ago, probably longer. I think they'd done it in a. Let's put it in the same glass. Doesn't matter. They done it. I had it on draft. I'm pretty sure about 6 years ago, and then they put it into bottles, and I think nice looking beer. Right, we've got loads of comments. So sorry. Beer. Yes, I do so. And that's it. So cool beans. We're up to date. There's 7 people watching now, just about to go, and then there's a few people watching, which is I really appreciate it. Really do. Just me on my own at the moment, so I don't think anyone's going to be joining. Just rattling away and having a few beers, chilling out, and kind of like just late night beers. It's the only kind of night of the week I can actually do this at the moment. With stuff. So, but yeah, maybe in the next few weeks it could be a bit more regular of a regular thing. So I'm getting lag, which is weird. So let me just switch it up here. Don't get too close, you're ugly. Try that. Kind of better. This ain't bad. It's a bit of a contrast. There is a bit of a difference. Yeah, it's got a bit more bite. It's not as good as Clairvoyant at this stage. Canned on the 12th of August of 2020. So it's, with 12. Yeah, just over 5 weeks in the can then. Best before the 12th. It's got a year on this. Christ. I wouldn't want this in a year. Trouble with some of these beers. A year's shelf life. I mean, it's like, come on. That's a supermarket shelf life right there. If you was in a box selling this to a bottle shop and you gave it a year's shelf life, would the bottle shop get in contact with the brewer and say, "Oi, you give me these beers, you've given them a year's shelf life"? Would they do that? I think I would. But then is there they maximise the shelf life, knowing that is that longer shelf life apart from ingredients potentially? Is that longer shelf life a price point thing? Interesting one. A couple of things. That old Rasco stroke disco drive. I've got a sneeze coming. That's another thing. You're not allowed to sneeze anymore. It's you can't sneeze anymore. You know. I just smell pepper. I'm fine. You know. It's kind of one of them. All I have left is a 12% MP. I can never pronounce it. Valhalla. Or a Seneria. I'm butchering it up. Lager. Or a big bottle of wild beer, IPA. Okay. Depends what what your taste buds, feeling. You don't always have to go for the big MP stouts at this time of night. You don't really start off with them. Sometimes it's like some people start off like that and they just let's have a 15% MP stout and then finish with a lager. you know, it's just it's all on moods. Beer. There's a very kind of mood. I find a very mood orientated thing, especially with styles. Sometimes if I'm in certain moods, I just don't want to drink anyway. So it's not a case of just don't feel it, you know. And then some days you feel, I fancy a few beers, you know. People joining. There was going to be some people earlier on joining, but the stream, because I can add people. If you want to join, let me know. I was going to shut it down. I'm probably going to shut it down about 10 minutes anyway, so it's probably a bit late. I've been going like almost 2.5 hours, by 12 minutes. But yeah, in the future, if you contact me, we'll when it's convenient for both of you, we'll join up and do a live stream, something, if you want. Just bring whatever, bring whatever beer you want. Call that is sour. In contrast to this is, full on. It's weird because when I done the review, I didn't think it was as sour as this. See, it's weird, isn't it? Some of these beers that vary. I can't remember it being like this. It's very nice, but Christ. Oh yeah, it's got a bit of a kick to that, as in the sound. It's not the ABV. Not getting any kind of ABV on that. Very nice though. I don't think I took any photos. I'm getting really lax on the old Untappd, really. I don't know why. Just forgetting. It's probably the first time in about 5 years that I've become a little bit lazy. So what's the latest one I've done? Yeah, I didn't even take a photograph of the last beer. Shocking. Just absolutely shocking. You're going to be expelled from the class of Untappd. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it's just a frame of mind. Once I'm really into it, that's it. Nothing's getting past me. But at the moment, it's weird. It's weird how it works. But then I do things through photos. There we go. We're all done there now. So it's all cool beans. Oh, incidentally, this is something that probably interests a few people. There's still 6 people watching, so it's really cool. My local brewery launched their green hop beer. Let me just get that comment down. Just been up there for about an hour. There we go. My County green hop beer fortnight. it's actually started already. Some breweries have started already, so we're at the 20th now. So from next Friday to the 11th of October is what we call Green Hop Fortnight. So I thought I'd give these a plug. They've got a Twitter account, so Green Hop Beer, Kent Green Hop Beer, whatever it is. Do a little Google search. So this is a really nice little pamphlet. My neck of the woods, of course. There's a whole map of the county I live. Link that in there. You get the idea. So I live Ramsgate there. Yeah. So that's my local brewery is Gabbs. North Down Brewery. So you've got Margate, which is Margate, and then the Wanson Brewery, which is St Nicholas Way, just along the way there. And then you've got Goodies Ales, Time and Tide, which they do, which is a communally grown hops to produce their beers, and you've got Canterbury. Right, we just try and sort this out. Yeah, Canterbury Ales, Blue Chillers, Madcap Brewery, Shepherd Neame, which is apparently the oldest brewery in the UK, and then I don't know why Whitstable Breweries is there, and then the actual Whitstable is there. So I don't get that. Someone with bad geography, but there's a whole host of other bits and bats. So check it out anyway. There's the website if you're interested. So yeah, KentGreenHopBeer.com. We're on Facebook, Twitter, by the look of it as well. So check it out for yourself. So that's all kind of very new. What's going on locally to me? I had 4 pints of it of my local breweries one Wednesday, just gone. I think it was a little bit too. What's the word? I think it was a bit fresh, even though it was British hops. You know, Fuggles, East Kent Goldings kind of caliber. It was more of a. It was just a little bit too. I don't know. I'd like to try it next week just to give it that time. But yeah. So don't know. It was in reference to whether it was that or joining another time. We could perhaps organise something that'd be cool. Cool to get you on. Have a chat and stuff. Be nice. Just really cool. I might be all the way over there because I took the old photo. Anyway, we're at 5-1. I'm only going to give about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to clear off. Probably head on to Jeremy's live stream kind of thing. We'll probably not give it 5 minutes. Probably just going to call it a day now. I really do appreciate everyone who's watched and stayed with me for quite a while, and anyone who's watched anyway. So, but yeah, what do I like about Untappd? It's more of a like a beer log. I call it more of a beer log than anything else. It's not a thing where you tick off. For me, it's not a thing where you tick off things to get badges. A lot of people do that. It's more of a reference to what I've had. You're not going to remember everything, and you scroll through it. Oh, I'm having this beer. Christ, I had this like 6 years ago. I can't even remember it. So that's quite. I like that. I think Untappd is something you can't just do it now and again. You have to do it. Either don't do it at all, or you've got to put absolutely everything in there to make it more interesting in the future. It's not so much for when you're doing it; it's more for like. I mean, it's been going 10 years. Can you believe that? Anyone who's been doing it for 10 years and they can look back over that time and say, "Oh, I've had this then." I've had that then, I've had it on draft, I've had it on keg, I've had it on this and that. Put a photo on as well. I bet 10 years ago the photos were pretty crap. I know that some of mine are pretty crap now, but yeah, it's just a good reference point for your own kind of, it's like a personal thing, you know, you just share it out. And I like to find out what other people are drinking. It's also a very good resource to, if you're going to an area, you can look up what's currently on tap. If they're a verified venue, so that's always a good thing. You can go on there, they update their untapped page, and you think, oh, this is on here, this is on here. You know, it depends where you are in the country, of course. But if you're in London, it's really interesting. Birmingham, Leeds, it's really good for Leeds. You can just go on and find out what's going on, what's on coming on, what's in bottle, what's on cask, what's on draft. Really good. It's a good resource for that. Even if you don't use it for your own kind of personal sort of thing. And this is a global thing. It's not just a UK thing. It's an American kind of app, started in America, but it's gone global. So wherever you go in the world, you can set up a wherever you are, and then whatever bar's local. Even if they're not verified, you can find out what's the latest check-in from this place. What have they had lately? Gives you an idea of what, you know. If there's an awesome beer down the road, and it's like you check on there, you think, oh fuck, that's just down there. Let's go. This was checked in like 10 minutes ago. You know, that kind of thing. You'd never know otherwise. So that's really interesting. It's really cool for that. Or if it, you know, you just go through things. It doesn't have to be ticking things off. It's just, oh, what's local. Really cool. It's just another kind of arrow to your bow. Bow to your arrow, as he said. So that's cool. Even looking and finding out different bars that you're in, the area you're in, you never heard about. You could go there, think, oh, this is a really good place. I found it through here. So, anywho, right. So Jules is gone. Thank you very much. Not a member. Ain't a problem, is it? It's just more of a reference. You can use it as a reference point. You don't have to check in beers or whatever. You can use it the way you want it. It's free. You can put just Rasco and Disco, and then just do that one. You don't need to check anything in. You can just use it as a resource. That's what I think. I think that's what a lot of people do. So yeah, if you're on, it's definitely on Android. Because I'm on, not on Android. I'm on iOS, which is iPhone. I assume it's on Android as well. Depends what. If you've got a smartphone, you can just get the app. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to probably call it a day here now. Thanks for watching, everyone watching. He's going to be in touch, Rasco / Disco. I appreciate you chiming in at this late hour. Got 4 people still watching, so the other 3 people, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing. That'd be really cool for me. I'm not one of these kind of beer tubers. Oh, come on, let's give the thumbs up. You know, we'll leave that to you. You know, whatever you've watched, that's great. But one thing I've been really kind of like for an own personal sort of thing, not because I want the YouTube monies, for a personal achievement thing, it'd be lovely to get to 1,000 subs. It would be, you know, that would be awesome. Just a goal was that. Not because I'm thinking, $, ding, 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 not interested. But as a little kind of personal sort of achievement, really, to myself. This is me being like my own little thing to myself, putting it out there, you know. But it's not in a way where motives, I think, are different, and to some other people, and it's more of a, I'll be quite chuffed, you know, and then I'll be well happy, and that'll be it, you know, for me. But anyway, I'm waffling on. I've had a few beers, like you do, and anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks to everyone who's watched. We've got 5 people watching now, so I really do appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you're all keeping safe out there, wherever you are in this uncertain world we live. Just keep safe and look after each other, and hold things dear that are really important out there, and have a laugh. Try and have a laugh, and keep perspective, and yeah, you all take care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Cheers.